I watched Queer by Luca Guadagnino because of all the hype. It even got an 11-minute standing ovation at the Toronto Film Festival. But I was confused about this movie. What was it really about? What was the point? I was expecting something more straightforward, like The Challengers or Call Me By Your Name, both of which I enjoyed. What was the deal with that fruit yage? What was going on in the trippy scene where our main characters seemed to merge? What did Eugene mean when he said, "I'm not queer, I'm disembodied"? And what happened at the ending? In this video, I'm going to talk about the movie Queer and try to answer some of the questions that left me confused. Hi, my name is Michael and I like to talk about movies, hoping that someone can relate. If you like content like this, please like this video and consider subscribing. I'm not sure what went wrong with Queer. I found it too long, often boring, and overall kind of hollow. When I left the theater, I did not even think about the movie anymore. At one point, I got lost in the story. It was hard to follow.
All he can do is look away.
Maybe it was just too artistic for someone like me, a regular moviegoer, to really enjoy. It was just not for me. It felt like the movie tried too hard to turn a simple story into something overly complicated and stretch it out in 2 hours. I must say though, that Daniel Craig's performance here is remarkable. He played the character so well that I truly believe that he liked the young guy Eugene. There's even a scene from the trailer that stood out to me. It was playful but effective in its own way. You know when you try to be goofy because you like someone, but then when you look back, you realize you look totally stupid? That was the scene. It was kind of realistic and it may happen in real life. As for Starkey, he did a great job portraying this mysterious character. If the goal of the movie was to make the audience question his identity, he definitely nailed it with his performance. Now, back to my questions. What is the story of the movie Queer? What is it really about? Queer is a movie about finding connection. It's based on a book by William Burroughs and follows a gay man named William Lee, played by Daniel Craig, who has two major issues. One, he's really lonely, and two, he's addicted to drugs. In the first part of the movie, we see just how lonely he is. He spends a lot of time looking for a company, but all he finds are shallow, pointless interactions. Then he meets Eugene, played by Starkey, and becomes completely obsessed with him. But the problem is, he doesn't know if he is into guys. When they talk, everything feels nice and a little flirty, but Eugene also seems really friendly with another woman. Not knowing what's going on between them makes Lee feel confused. They start as friends and share a little bit of physical intimacy. Over time, as they travel together, they get closer. Eugene shows how he cares, like when he puts his leg over Lee's cold leg to keep him warm. Eventually, they became more intimate with each other. Even though they became close, there's still something that keeps them apart. The next morning, after being intimate, Lee tries to connect with Eugene again, thinking it's okay, but Eugene pushes him away strongly. They still don't really understand each other. That's why Lee wanted to find the psychedelic drug. According to Luca Guadagnino, Queer is not a story of unrequited love. Eugene is a little younger and still exploring his sexuality. Luca says, this is ultimately not a story of unrequited love, but a story of unsynchronized love. Much of the movie is the two of them trying to get in sync, but finding it very difficult for their own reasons. One could also say that the character Lee is actually William Burroughs, the author himself, as the relationship is almost a mirror of Burroughs' real-life relationship with the young Navy SEAL Adalbert Lewis Marker, who Burroughs had met during his stay in Mexico City. What was the deal with the fruit yage, the telepathic drug? In the third part of the movie, Lee and Eugene are in South America searching for a mysterious plant called yage. Lee is interested in telepathy because he wants to truly connect with Eugene to understand him deeply, not just on the surface. He wants to know what he is really thinking and feeling, not just what he says. After they find the plant and take it, the next scenes are strange and intense. Lee and Eugene just don't touch. They connect in a deep, almost magical way, like they become in sync, like they become one. It's powerful and intimate experience caused by the plant's psychedelic effects. Afterward, Eugene tells Lee that even though they share the experience, he is not queer. The next day, Eugene seems troubled by what happened. Dr. Cotter tells him that the door's already open. There's no going back now. All you gotta do is look away. But why would you do that? After that scene, Lee and Eugene try to head back to Mexico City, but Lee loses Eugene in the jungle, and that's the last time he saw him. What did Eugene mean when he said, "I am not queer, I am disembodied"? The pair achieve telepathy after taking the drug, and Eugene tells Lee, "I'm not queer, I'm disembodied," making it clear that there is no future for their relationship. He is likely expressing a feeling of being disconnected from himself and his emotions. Rather than acknowledging or accepting his sexual identity, he feels detached from his body and his feelings, as if he's not fully present in his own life or experience. It could also be a way of saying that he feels lost or disconnected from who he truly is, possibly due to confusion, guilt, or shame, or emotions. What was the movie's ending? The ending of Queer takes place 2 years after Lee and Eugene find the drug in South America. Lee returns to Mexico City, where the story begins. He walks around the city, taking photos of people, hoping to run into Eugene or at least find out what happened to him. Eugene had stopped replying to Lee's letters a while ago, and we found out that he's not there in Mexico City anymore. And Lee is still in pain. The pain of their broken relationship still hurts. Lee dreams of Eugene, longing for Eugene. I did my best to understand the movie, but it's not like a regular, conventional movie. It uses a lot of metaphors, and maybe if you read the book, you understand it better. In the end, the movie was okay, but it was not for me. It was too artistic, and I ended up getting bored. There was also scenes in the movie that were kind of hard to understand, like when Lee shoots Eugene in his dreams, or the reference of centipedes, or this scene. Have you watched Queer? What did you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Let me know, comment down below, and as always, thank you for watching and take care.